Hey friends, I hope you're having a good day today. So today I'm going to do a video about, so I just got a pixie cut. What now? What that means in my mind is that you either had longer hair before and you just recently got a pixie cut and don't know what tools to use or products to use. Or secondly, if you're in my boat, I have a pixie cut. I get it cut every 6 weeks, but it sure looks a lot different at the end of that 6 weeks compared to right after I get my pixie cut, and it's like I have to start all over again and figure out how I'm gonna style my hair. So yes, I just got my hair done on Wednesday night and it is Sunday today. So I've had a few days. Now, if you get your hair colored or dyed like I do, one really important thing is you should not wash your hair for at least 2 days, and some people say even 3 days. So I just washed my hair yesterday for the first time. I got it done on Wednesday, and so I'm now in the phase of, okay, how do I style this now? Because it feels so much different than it did just a week ago. So I want to first start by talking about the tools. If you have a fresh pixie cut, don't know how to deal with it, don't know how to style it, I just want to talk about the general tools that you might think about purchasing. And I am not tied to any of these brands, by the way. I'm just going to talk generally. So obviously you're going to need some type of hair dryer. This is the Wenhsin hair dryer. It's a pretty good hair dryer. I don't have any complaints about it. I like it a lot, but really any blow dryer will do. One thing you might want to make sure that it is ion enhanced, so that helps your hair from getting staticky. Second tool, this is great for a pixie cut. I use this all the time. This is a hot air brush, and this brand is the Jinri Hot Air Brush. I will link this tool in the description. This is very good, but there are also other good brands. You just want to make sure you get a smaller barrel size. I think this one is an inch barrel size, but I think they have 1 1/4 inch in this brand as well. But there are all sorts of other brands that have hot air brushes. The key is to find a smaller barrel size one. So when I was looking for this, probably about 6 months ago, I bought this. There wasn't a lot on the market that you could find that had a smaller barrel. Then we've got this pencil flat iron. It's a flat iron. It was, I think it was only like 20 bucks. I got this. This is the Red by Kiss brand. A lot of people use these quite regularly. I don't use this as regularly as my other tools, but what you can do is you can get it at the root and then pull it through and then slightly curve it, and what it does is it can bring a lot of volume to your hair. If you have a flat iron, those always come in handy, especially for like bangs. If you want to like pull your bangs through and let them be a little more tame, flat irons are always good. I've had this for years and years and years. This is the Chi brand. And then some people, if you like to curl your hair, you might think about getting one of these really tiny little curling irons. I don't remember the size of this, but I think it might be a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch, but it's really tiny. This is for people that like to curl their hair. I also don't use this very often, only when I'm kind of fancying up my hair, if I'm trying to do something completely different. Honestly, if you just got a pixie cut, the best tool to have is a good hair dryer and a good brush. And what I mean by a good brush is something like this that has the metal bristles and has the metal barrel there. It actually can help a lot with volume, slight curl, but a hair dryer and this two combination is, in my mind, imperative for a pixie cut. And I would say if there's one more tool that you should get besides these, it would be a hot air brush, because those things are amazing. Okay, as far as products go, there's so many different kinds, and I have only had the chance to buy certain brands. It is unbelievable how many brands of hair products there are out there. depending on what country you live in. I know a lot of my subscribers live in Europe, and I don't know what's really available there. So I'm just gonna go over the general different kinds of products that you can use on a pixie cut, and you get to choose, you can choose what works best for you. So I'm gonna start with sprays. You can do leave-in conditioners. I find that leave-in conditioners do not really help a lot with volume, but if you have really coarse hair, that can help with making your hair softer. And also there's things like blowout sprays. This is a Amika brand blowout spray, and this helps not only to heat protect your hair, so sometimes you can just get heat protect hairs or sprays. This is a heat protect and a texture spray that you would put in when your hair is wet. Another kind of cool thing, which I'm going to use to style my hair today, is a sea salt spray. So this is a sea salt and texturizing spray that I'm going to use today. This is from Beauty by Earth, and I really like it because it doesn't feel like a lot of product is in your hair, but it does help with adding a bit of extra volume. You can also get sprays like volume and matte texture sprays. This is the Amika brand that I really like. Any of these things you can just search on Google and find places in your country that sell those. But again, I'm not really tied to these brands. These are just happen to be the ones that I've bought. Some people do use things like hair gels. I only use hair gels if I'm doing something like a really sleek down style. I'll use a hair gel and I'll put it in, and then I can comb it out when it's dry. The other thing, if you're doing like those little finger waves, these work great for that too. If you're looking for a lot of extra volume and texture, like if you're trying to poof up the back a lot, I haven't actually used this product yet, but this has been around for years, and it's called the Schwarzkopf Dust It, and I have not quite played with it yet, but I've heard a lot of great things about this. You actually sprinkle the dust on your hair when it's dry, and it can create a lot of volume. So obviously you need a good hairspray. I usually have used the Kenra Perfect Medium Spray 13, but I just ran out of it. And I just bought this Hairitage brand flexible hold hairspray, and it's called Wiggle Room. They started selling Hairitage brand here, and you can get it at Walmart, which is really cool. But I'm not sure if it's in all Walmarts or just down here. And they have a lot of other products, so my plan is to do a whole video on this Hairitage brand, and yeah, I really like it. I used this a couple times this week and it was good. So interested in that brand. I actually also bought the shampoo and conditioner of this brand, and it was really nice. So I'm excited to continue to use that Hairitage brand. Okay, so now we're gonna move into putties and texture putties and taffies and clays. So let me start with clays. So clays can help with if you're doing kind of like a spiky look. This is the Living Proof Style Lab molding clay. I don't have any other clays, but this really worked well when I was doing a spiky style. But if you put less on your hands and you're not trying to go for a super spiky look, this will really work. You can use this for just general styling of a pixie cut. And I really like that stuff. Then we've got different kinds of texture putties. This is a Kenra texture putty. I actually used most of this. This is pretty much an empty at this point, but this is a matte texture putty. And again, I would use this for general styling of my hair. If I was to choose my favorite between these two, this felt stickier. This worked really well, but then I kind of moved on to different brands. So remember, your putties and your clays are gonna be more of a medium hold in your hair. And if you're looking for a firm, flexible hold, I would go for a wax. And this is a new product that I got, which I will also use today. This is the Enjoy Dry Wax, and it's got a firm, flexible hold. And I did use this yesterday when I styled my hair, and it was really nice because it doesn't feel like you're putting this heavy wax all over your hair. You're just distributing a little tiny bit around your hair, and it helped with styling. So I will use this today. And then one of my other favorite styling products is a texturizing taffy. Kenra makes a really good one like that. This is the Kenra Platinum Texturizing Taffy number 13, and it's a sculpting fiber cream. And again, general styling for a pixie cut, this was great. I use this quite frequently, probably more than I do the molding clay or texturizing putty. And then you can get one-off products like I've talked about before, like Fuddy. This is great for people with fine hair, but if you use it on fine hair, just make sure you don't use too much. So any of these products, if you use too much of it, your hair will come out gross and sticky. So just, you've got to play with it and see like, oh, I put some on my hair, but it felt really sticky, or it felt really junky. And you just know, like, you just got to play with it to see what the right amount for your hair is, because I know everybody has such different hair and different texture and different thickness. So you've got to play with these types of products and see what works. Okay, so that was kind of a general, here are the types of products you could use on your hair. Here are the tools you can use. I would say if you have any other suggestions for products or tools, please put them in a comment below and share them with others, because everybody's looking for, you know, it seems like always the thing I'm looking for is like, what can I buy that could help style my hair? So of course, now that I do YouTube videos on this, I'm even more encouraged to buy more products and try them. So still looking for that perfect product, but I have a lot of good ones. Okay, so before I start styling my hair, just a little personal note. I've had a great week. We had last Monday off because it was President's Day, and so I had a 4-day week. I don't know about you guys, but 4-day weeks always, if you're working, I know a lot of you might be retired, but if you remember back to when you were working, 4-day weeks always seem to be, I don't know why, longer. It's strange. It seems like they would feel shorter. And then I got the opportunity to go meet a friend for lunch yesterday, and that was really wonderful. She lives 2 hours away from me, and we both drove an hour and met in the middle and had a really wonderful time. And so that was pretty much what I did on my Saturday. And so, yeah, I've got typical weekend things planned for today. I've got to do laundry. I've got a couple movies to watch. Out of curiosity, what do you guys do in your free time? I know a lot of you have lots of different hobbies. What are your hobbies and stuff? I am very interested in my subscribers and what they do. Well, I guess we should move on and let's style this fresh pixie cut. As you can see, I'm just going to show you what I've got going on here. If you saw my last video, you would have noticed that my hair just grew a ton, and so I had a lot of hair to work with. So I really have gotten it short on the sides here. Here's the back, and here's the left side. So the first thing I'm gonna do, by the way, my hair is still damp. I put on my makeup and it's damp, but what I'd like to do is first spray with this Beauty by Earth Sea Salt and Texturizing Spray. It has a wonderful smell. It's not overwhelming or anything, but it has a very nice smell. Here's what it says on the back. It says, if your hair needs a little oomph or pizzazz, you are holding a bottle of just the right stuff. No more boring, lifeless hair. With hydrating aloe vera and extracts for a little extra volume, we have your hair covered. It says whether you are putting your hair in a messy bun, which we're not, and want a little more texture or want the Beach Baby Salty Waves, our sea salt texturizing spray is super versatile. So, feels really nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to probably blow dry my hair, and I'm going to use my Osencia round brush with this. All right, here goes. Okay, so if you just got your haircut like almost as short as mine, or depending on where your hair is between cuts, when it's this short, there's not a lot of extra steps I can do. I certainly could, so I could possibly put a bit of curl in the top. My hair grows extremely fast. I don't know about yours. Everybody obviously has different kind of hair and different speeds at which your hair grows. And so for me, I can do a lot more different kinds of hairstyles when my hair is a little bit longer than this, although I love when it's this short, and it's just really easy to deal with. Either doing a style with a hot air brush or just a blow dryer and the round brush like I just did is what I would typically do. So at the beginning of a haircut, I would typically just do something like this and use some kind of texturizing putty or taffy to do the finishing touches. Actually today, I'm going to use the dry wax from Enjoy, which I already showed you this. And just to give you an idea of what this looks like, it actually looks like wax. And it's also very hard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just probably get about that much on my finger. Now dry wax also needs to be heat activated. You don't want to just put a big clump of wax in. So what you need to do is you need to rub this through your hands, heat activate it, which kind of like will make it easier to distribute. So it's pretty much heat activated. It's all over my hands. And now what I'm going to be doing is just trying to distribute the product throughout my hair. This also has more of a strong scent, this one, than the spray I used. It's not bad. It's not my favorite smell, but it's not bad. One thing you can do when your hair is this short is if you're into the spiky look, you can do a lot of spikiness on top with your hair this short, although that's not usually my thing, but I might try it in a couple weeks, trying to do a top spiky look. So you can see it's kind of easy to make a lot of texture throughout your hair with this wax on. You can also do some different things with the front. My bangs are quite short, so I kind of curled them under a little bit right here. I'm gonna take a quick look at the back. All right, so let me spray this now. I'm gonna use my new hairspray from Hairitage, the one I showed you earlier. And let me show you the finished style. So obviously this is the front. We've got the side. Some people, I seem to bring a lot of the side forward like this, but you can always do that going back. All right, well, I think that's a successful style. This is pretty typical of what I would do on a daily basis, especially on a work day. But it's really cute. It shows off the cut and it's not wild and crazy. So you can get as wild and crazy as you want with these haircuts, as you've seen in some of my videos. But yeah, well, thank you for joining me today. If you like this video, if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. That helps more people get to see it. And also, if you haven't subscribed, love to have you. Click that subscribe button. And if you want to know when my videos come out, you can click the little bell next to the subscribe button and it'll give you a notification on your phone when my video comes out. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye!